Hey, Christy here, and one more video and I get to take these scratchy contacts out. Alright, well, I vowed that this was something that I didn't want to do, and two Elvis albums came up at the same time. And they really weren't much different from each other, but I said that each album was going to get its own video, but I just can't do it with this one. Or these two. The first one is Elvis Presley, the debut from 1956, and then 4 years later in 1960 is Elvis is Back. And I thought that I was an Elvis fan listening to these two records. Between the two of them, I knew one of his songs, and I think each album had a remake that I didn't realize that he did. And little did I know the greatest hits records were never covering a lot of this stuff. I think the thing that really gets me about these records is that, again, I was born in the 70s, grew up in the 80s, and always heard about how controversial Elvis was whenever he first came out. First of all, people thinking that he was African American whenever he was just a white kid. And, listening to these, there was an up-tempo, but both of these albums had a country feel to me, which I kind of thought that, if you weren't listening to Frank Sinatra, that this is what you were listening to at that time. Of course, his dancing bothered a lot of people, but listening to these records now in today's world, they both seem really innocent. So, it's just really hard to believe that, he caused such an uproar whenever he first debuted. And, one thing I noticed about Elvis is that if you like rock and roll, you like Elvis. You always hear the Beatles versus Stones. You hear the Led Zeppelin versus the Who. Nobody ever says anything about Elvis if they were rock fans. There's a lot that never were into rock that, don't like Elvis. But if you like rock music, you like Elvis. It's really kind of amazing that with his country roots. But I guess that's where, you had to start somewhere, and a lot of those, rockers did start out with country roots. So favorite songs, Blue Suede Shoes off of the debut album. And, like I said before, I didn't know anything from Elvis's Back, and I like Elvis's cover of Fever. Am I going to pick these up? Yeah, I'm going to pick them up. It's Elvis. Come on. And so until next time, see ya.